that we leave enough room. This is the center. What we are designing here is the center line of the new road that you are designing. And make sure that you have, in the assignment it says the existing road with road reserve is 16 meters. So your new, and it says the requirements, they must have the same road reserve as the existing. So your new road will be how much? 8 meters on either side of this line. Okay, 8 meters. Not more than that, if it has to meet the criteria. So if you go somewhere, I go and let's say, oh yeah, this is not bad. One of the things that you need to consider is scale. In your design, when you design, you need to consider the intersection point for horizontal and vertical curves. Because if you have two tangents, two straights, going in and going down, okay? And let's say that the boundary too close, this point is too close to the boundary here. And this boundary, the other side, the boundary goes like that. Okay? When you introduce a curve, what do you think will happen? Where will the center line go? Your road will no longer go there. When you introduce a curve, because you cannot build a road like that. So your curve, your road center line will be like this. Okay? So maybe that's something that you need to consider when you lay out the tangent or the straights for your road. Not too close to this side, because the center line, and then you have the one side and the other side, okay, of your road going down. So that is something that you need to consider. Thank you. Okay, so we decide, okay, I will put it here because it will be going in, and the curve will be going in like that. So I will put the horizontal HIP here. And this, or you can choose a new point. Okay? You choose a new point by clicking left and accept. Then you go to your next IB. Yeah, go in. Make sure that you have probably, is it all right if I go straight to here? Probably not, okay? Because if you look, the center line of the road is going too close, and 8 meters, maybe when you take the 8 meters for this side of the road, you may be coming too close to the pond. So you might as well have to come back and put an HIP here. Sometimes this is what I do. I click here. I click, left click, accept. And then I right click and go down to Snapcat. Go down to Snapcat, walk right, and I say a point. I go to point. And point, I take the midpoint. I take the midpoint between 2 points. Halfway between 2 points. So I say midpoint between this one and one here. Hey, where's my, why this one is not working? So I delete, hopefully it will delete this string. I delete again. It's refusing to go. Yes, accept. But it's still there. Okay. Quit. Yes. Then I go again. I go string, super alignment, create super alignment. Okay. Then I create my road center line, and I copy it to my model, and you still remember what to do with this interval of change. I did change to 20 meters, and I did change to 20 meters, and you don't have to change. You can change to 40 meters, you change to 30, 25. It doesn't have to be 20. Or leave it, don't change it at all. And the label, now we leave the label, you see the difference. Leave the table the label in default, and it's default, then we say this, and then we just event, and just change the speed, design speed to 50 kilometers an hour, then we say create, and we have our super alignment editor. Then we go down to horizontal HIP and append HIP, and you go. Do you see the difference now between the label default and label full labeling? The difference is there's nothing here. Okay, the default is this. Then I go, let's say, I go here, maybe I come back and put my HIP here. Here, then I go. The next place I want to put the HIP midway between this. Okay? Or I go theta, so midway. I click, accept. I go here, snapcat. Sorry, folks. String, super alignment, super alignment. I will now go non-stop. Road. Here. Paste. Create. And go down. Here. Select this. Accept. Then let's say I do this, select this point as the next HIP, accept. And then I go here and I want to put an IP here. I say right click, snapcat, and point, midpoint, and P. pick the first point. If you look down here, it says to pick the first point. So I will put first point here and pick the second point. If you look carefully at the bottom, in the message box, I say pick the second point. I am picking this one, and then accept. And it will put my IP in the midpoint between these two. And then I go to my next. Let's say I want to put my next IP here because the end of my new road will be this point. So I choose a point and I know the curve here will be sharp. Okay? Because I know that I'm going in, then up. Then the curve here will be very sharp. Okay? Then I have to go closer and away from that because my curve will be going like that. That's what you need to plan when you design. Have you done highway engineering?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So, you understand the language here. Yeah? Because very soon we come to horizontal and vertical design, super alignment design. So, if I click here, I know that the IP is here, the section point is here, but the center line will be coming in. So let's say I click here. There. Click. 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 And then I go to my final point. This is the intersection with. I accept it and then cancel. So I have the road center line, super alignment has been designed. The one that I haven't done is the curve. To design the curve, I go to the next icon, the cross here, I click on the icon, then go down to change scale. Okay? Go down to the change scale icon, select it, then click. Click on the IP and accept. When it's highlighted, accept. And let's say I use 80 meters radius. It's asked for a radius of how many, say 80 meters is my radius. Okay? Then it will give me a radius of 80 meters. Okay? And if I want the road to be flatter, then the radius have to go further, and also the speed, the design speed on the curve. If this is a 50, where is the 45? 45 or 40. So I click here, accept, and let's say, yeah, I will make it 100. The curve here, 100. The radius. So it is this. And now, this, what will happen if I give it a curve of 100? Look, if I give it a radius of 100 for curve, this is what will happen. Much too close. So, but you can also just go back and click and reduce it to, let's say, 50 meters. Then it is maybe the center line now is much better, not too close to either side. Otherwise, I change it from 50 to, let's say, 70. 70. Good. Maybe coming too close to the point because the other side of the road will be coming here. So I go back and it's 70, so I decided to settle with 60 for a radius. Okay? And that is done for the horizontal intersection point. Okay? HIB design. And yet, that's not, you know from your highway engineering, that the roads have to meet the horizontal alignment as well as going up and down. Because we don't know what's the shape. We are only looking from upstairs, okay, from the sky, the plan view. We don't know the shape of the crown now. So what we need to do, this is for the HIB, okay? What we need to do is save this. You need to open. What I do, you need to open a section view. Don't forget that this is a plan view. You need to open a section view. So what I do is I say window, tile, vertical. And, oh, what do we have here? Section 2. So I get rid of it. I use this. Hopefully it's still blank. Okay, you open it. And in the section view, I need to turn on the tin. So I go, my tin name is tin turbo. I turn tin turbo on. Nothing will show because this is not plan view. But at least you turn it on. Make sure it is on. If you want to check, you go to the plus sign, the minus sign, and see it is on. Tin turbo, and it must be there. After that, after turning on the tin model on your section view, you click on this icon here. This is the section view, cross-section view, but you need to profile. What we need to do is to draw a profile of our new road alignment, okay? A vertical profile or a long section. So when you click on this icon here, knowing that you already turned on the view, the tin, you click here and it says down here, pick. Always watch what's the message here. See, it says pick the string to profile. This is what we did last week with drawing a line across our stockpile, and we see the profile, okay? You pick the string to profile. In our case, it is our road center line string. So you click here, and then left click, then boom. This is the profile, okay, of the road, the vertical. To the left is the horizontal or the plan view, and this is the section view of your road. And this is where you need to decide your vertical alignment or vertical intersection point. Use the VIB. So what you need to do now, do you need time to write down the steps before we continue to vertical? Yes or no? We just continue? Okay, we go. You have your camera, your phone on, video on me, so that's all right. So to do the VIB or vertical, to append or insert vertical intersection point, you need to go to H sheet, this icon, and remove IBs. Click, then go down to vertical geometry, append VIB, vertical geometry. Click, then you come down here, and from the beginning of your road, zoom in and click left, accept. And now, this is where your engineering skills comes in. You need to design your road to balance cut and fill, okay? So that you don't have too much material, not knowing where to go or to haul away, to pay too much money. just to balance, cut and fill. So if you look down here, if I go straight there, what happened? Too much fill. Too much. Do you have enough money to fill all the space here? To come down, to come up. Take it up from natural to design level. So if I come down here, yeah, good. I will put it here. I click, then accept. Then go. Or maybe it's not allowed. Because if you look up there, what is the slope? The grade is too much. 12, maybe not allowed. No, it's allowed. In I think it's 12. What is in highway engineering? What is the maximum? 10%. 10%. Yep. And let's say that we are within 10%. Yeah, I think it's 10. I think it's 12 for urban roads. Because I remember the steepest road in the world in Dunedin. I don't know the slope for the road. And then you see we don't have much fill needed here, and then you go here and let's say, how about if we put it here to balance, cut and fill, or we put it here because we can use some of the cut material here to fill in. Okay, but it's up to you. You are the designer. So if you go and say, yeah, how about here? Not bad. If I put how much cut, how much fill, okay. But let's say we put it the next thing here. And then down the road, I put the next one here, and no choice, I have no choice. I can put one there, but maybe too much. And then another one there. That's the last one. And then I right click and cancel. What we haven't done so far, something that we did for the horizontal alignment. The curve, thank you, the curve. So it's the same process. You go here and come down, change scale, release, and then click. What formula do you I think you use L equal KA, yeah? The length of the vertical curve is equal to the K times the algebraic sum of the grades. Okay, that's how we determine. I hope you have done that in your highway design. When we talked about the length of the vertical curve is equal to KA. Okay, a K is a constant. You know that. Yeah. The speed of the road, the particular speed needed, and the surface, and there are other factors. But K is usually provided in this country. It's provided by Transport New Zealand. There is a table for Ks where you bring it, you get it, and you get the algebraic sum of the grades, grade number 1 and 2, and when you get those, and you determine the curve. And let's say the length of the vertical curve. So the length with this one, we say 25, and then end up. we have a curve here. For the next one, click accept, we say 50. Enter. And this one here, we say 20. Or too small, because it's too steep, I make it 30. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, and or maybe I say 35. Fine, and then finally I go to the last one and say 40, the length of the vertical curve. So you have your road now designed for both horizontal and vertical alignment. And only need to not shut down 12D and this you save them. You go to finish, click on finish, and you say yes. Do you want to finish editing this string? You say yes. Don't say no, because if you hold on, say that there are two, if you don't want to save them, just click on the bottom, quit, without saving. When you're ready to save, just click and yes. Then everything gone except your road, okay? Alignment itself. And you can minimize this and maximize that, because now you have done everything. What you need to do now is to design a template for the road. Yeah? A template, how do we create a template? If you go to design, where do I keep mine? Let's see if I can locate my template. I go to ANGG. This one, 10, and we will put the template here. Get file, and left parking. Okay, you see a right. Right, no parking template. So if I copy, I just plug left and right. Copy them into the parking sign. So if I say, I want to use, let's say that you have created your template. If not, you will create a template. You go to File, and down to Templates, and Templates Input. You go to Templates Input, and you read your templates. This is not the templates that you want to do. You need to hunt for your templates. In my case, if I go here and I go to my USB, and then let's say that I put the template somewhere. I say assignment, and first day, that's where I see it. And then road template of this is read. When you read, finish reading the template, then you finish. This is after you create a template, because I created my template, and if I want to
my template house.
hey, hey. Okay. Read. Finish now. Go. Okay, to create a template, this is how we do it. Go to design, template, create, edit. Okay, create, edit. And then you type the name of the template here. I think this is a better option to create, do it now. Okay, I call this one, let's say, left parking. That's the name of my template. This is for the side of the road and, that will have the parking on, or the right, or I say left, no parking, and I click fixed, and I have this. This is when you start to do the template. Tell me to shut down, to close, to turn off the light, because I need to see my cross section, the cross section. You remember the very first week I asked you to study the cross section of the road on Moodle, and can you read me this one? Because I'm now going to design the template. So this is what I'm doing it. This is how I do it. This is the non-parking, non-off-street parking side of the road. And then I'm doing this. The width of the carriageway, 3.5. 3.5. And you need to enter only 2 fields of these 3 fields. So I say 3.5, the X4, the cross section. Canva 4 is 3%, minus 3%. Okay, so minus 3%. The link name from here, this is the non-parking. From here, let's say to the edge of seal, EOS. That's the link name. The name that I just type here, EOS, edge of seal, or you say beginning of the channel, whatever you call it. It doesn't have to be EOS. Okay, and the link color, I click and say the color will be, make it green. Okay, and then I click either 2 things. I click here and it said below, another row below, or to me it's easier to just click here for another row. And then I say 0.5, the width of 0.5 and a height of, this is the journal, a height of minus 0.05. Okay? Minus 0.05. And then, what is the link name? It is the invert of the channel. INVGH. From the edge of the seal is the beginning of the channel. So what I'm doing is I'm going from the ground, 3.5, then going down, okay? This is my EO.